Hello, my dear young self. Recently, we had a visitor, a mother of a little child. The boy is 3. It's not in kindergarten, which is excellent. The mother actually spends time with the boy. She's already in her early 40s, and she never wanted a child. It happened, well, the way children happen. And quite often, she feels completely overwhelmed that she's not a good mother. She thinks about giving the child to somebody who can take proper care of him because she feels so incapable of raising a child to her highest standards. And she thinks that these thoughts are illegitimate. So I told her, said, look, I understand your situation. The way my mother grew up was essentially criminal. The way her parents treated my mother when she was a child was an ongoing torture and criminal offense by today's standards. I think by any standards, even back then. So her self-confidence was as low as a self-confidence can be. So then she had her first child and she gave it up for adoption because she felt absolutely incapable by any possible means and standards to raise a child. And she was young. She was 19, 20. Then 1.5 years, 2 years later, I came along, not planned as well. And that's what I told that mother of the young boy. And then I said, look, my mom had exactly 2 options. Accept the challenge and see it as what it is and see it's a challenge. Or run away. And then I told that mother of that young boy, look, you can't run away from a challenge ultimately. It will come back. This is why we're here. There is no way you can run away from a challenge. It will present itself again and again and again until you solve it. And if it's not in this life, it will be in the next life. And if you try to run away again, it will come in the next life. You've got so much time you don't even know. Challenge will come. It's like playing a computer game. And if you decide to be stuck in level 3 all the time, well, level 3 presents itself again in various sizes and shapes until you master level 3. This is how this life works. So if you feel incapable of raising a child to your highest standards, here's something else that I can tell you that I learned from my mother. My mother always told us, my sister, myself, half-sister, myself, I'm probably not a good mother, but I love you. And I do my very best. I understand it will not be enough, but it's everything I've got, and I do it from the bottom of my heart because I love you guys. That made her a saint in my eyes. Because that kind of honesty, straightforwardness, no false thoughts is a rare breed. And that kind of openness is what children can understand. Not necessarily when they're 3, but you know which part of the message they get? I love you. And I do the best I can. I understand it will not be enough. That is something they will not understand. But they will understand I love you. And that's the only thing they need to know. That's all they want to know. The thing is, that little boy of yours, this is what I told the mother. That little boy of yours intentionally came to you. He wanted to come to you. He picked you because he put faith in you that you could handle the situation. And here's another thought. In my experience, every challenge that presents itself to you is looking for the right tools within yourself, because you wouldn't be presented that challenge if you didn't have the right tools to master that challenge. So apparently there's something in you that wants to be awakened. And if you don't awaken it, well, voila, the same challenge is going to present itself again. You can't run away from it. So you better learn to find the tools within yourself, if that makes any sense. So, my dear young self, what I want to tell you is, You don't need to be perfect. That's also what I told that mother. Nobody expects you to be perfect. And that's probably one of the greatest differences between, um, I might offend a few people here, but I see a lot of videos on YouTube about special forces and all kind of stuff like that. Well, where I was in the military, we had, I was in the sports branch, but we were part of the special forces then. It's different today, but back then it was the case. So yes, we didn't go through the same kind of training, but a few basics were definitely not standard that we did. It was definitely harder than the stuff usual recruits do. But none of that was even remotely as difficult as being a good father. Because being a good father means you're deprived of sleep. You are emotionally worn out. You have to handle a crying child that you love, and you can't stop it from crying because you carry it around, you hug it, but its tummy hurts, whatever it is, you're constantly worried, you don't sleep. When you sleep, you're always one eye open, one ear open. The relationship with your partner suffers. You try to be a responsible father, make money for the family. At the same time, you miss your family. At the same time, you wonder if you will ever be able to provide. There's so many things you question about yourself. And at the same time, you have to remain loving and within yourself, calm, relaxed, pretend that you know it all. You have to put on a show at the same time, having no clue how to solve this. This is what it's like to be a good parent. It is utterly difficult, but you know what? Life's not about having it easy and having no challenges. Life is meant to be a challenge. Life is meant to be so difficult you don't know how to solve it, and then you dig deep within yourself, and then in an unstable situation, you find stability. This is how it works. This is how it works. You have to be unimpressed by challenges and understand that you will master these. My dear yourself, I hope this helps you in tough times. Let me know your thoughts. I'm very much looking forward to your comments. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.